So, do a long-term review on the Revit Jerez gloves. I'm not totally sure how to pronounce that, but I had these guys for 5 years now. They've pretty much had it, so time to upgrade, but wanted to hopefully give some info for anyone that's interested in purchasing these gloves. So I had these guys for 5 years, ordered them online. I got pretty lucky with the sizing. These are a 3XL. I wear 3XL in basically every brand, but the thing I found, I tried it on a couple of gloves in store, Alpine Stars, Dainese, and I found that 3XL gloves in the European fit brands really just too tight, too short probably, I suppose, and definitely the ones like Alpine Stars that have a lot of finger armor or armor on the top of the fingers. Really found that they just too tight, and just I know the gloves are wearing a bit, but just straight up I think even in the 3XL were just too small. The Revit, seems like Revit has a little more American sizing, and definitely straight out of the gate these are pretty comfortable. They definitely wore in a bit as well and got even more comfortable over time, but these have been definitely my go-to gloves for any sort of serious riding, track days, serious sport riding, ride to the Isle of Man and back in these. I think that's actually what I bought these gloves for, was actually to ride to the Isle of Man, and I really just got lucky and just loved them from the start. But unfortunately now they've had it, might be a little tricky to see, but some serious damage here. Thumb's worn through. In general, all the leather on all the fingers has gotten extremely thin. This was only since I'd never crashed in the gloves. I never crashed at all actually until just recently. I had a crash at New Jersey Motorsport Park. I went down on a pretty gentle low side and slid. My hands were down on the ground. I kept thinking that I was stopped and kept putting my hands down. I realised I wasn't. And gloves weren't particularly damaged when that happened. The only real significant damage actually in the crash was that the middle finger here wore through, and the heat, I think, from sliding across the pavement actually gave me a blister on this finger. But aside from that, didn't have any injuries at all. I was pretty lucky. But aside from that, that was the only real visible damage from the crash. So I had these for 5 years already. Fair enough. I'm sure they were kind of wearing a bit thin after 5 years, you would think. But that was the only place that wore through, was in the finger here. But then since then, all the fingers felt really thin. And you can see here, obviously a bunch of the fingers are worn through. So the pointer to the thumb, I had them repaired. I sent them off to Todd from Heroic, and he patched this finger here, and you can see in the palm here, that was the only obvious damage, but everything else felt a bit thin, and now it's one through here, one through here, one through here, and the stitching's come out here too. Aside from that, I fucking love these gloves. They've really been good. They're not necessarily the most technical, they're pretty basic, but they're really, really comfortable, and it feels like there's enough armour in the places that really matter. So you've got this palm slider here. It would be nice if there was actually another slider here. I'm not too sure what the stitching's for. I figure it's double. The leather's been laid up or doubled there, but it'd be nice if there was another slider here. But you do have this large slider on your wrist as well, and you can see there, this has actually been painted over. This was all ground up in silver. This is like an aluminium, I think, with resin around the outside slider, which clearly took a pretty decent beating when I went down. So definitely, I think like there's enough armour here. They're not super technical, but enough that I'd be happy with, and they're definitely, I feel, really, really comfortable on these. So given that these are worn out, I wanted to show you guys as well what I'm getting as my next set of gloves. And given my experience with these, I did a little bit of shopping around, wasn't too sure what to get, but ended up, after trying on a whole bunch of different things and trying some different gloves, decided to get another pair of the Revit Jerez gloves. So just give you an idea of my opinion on them. Seems like I like them. 5 years in them, pretty happy. Got a brand new set that I'll be trying out on Sunday at New Jersey Motorsport Park. Again, pretty pumped on them. Yeah, I think I highly recommend. Little concerned obviously about the fingers wearing through, but I think given the age of the gloves, maybe that's fair enough. We'll see. Fingers crossed. I won't have to find out if that was an age thing or not, but we'll see. Knock on wood.